So today I talk, of course, a little bit about your background so we can let the people know who you are. What are the tight rules and policies we have right now? And what effect will the tougher student visa, this kind of regulation, have on Poland's attractiveness to international immigration? So tell me also with this new market labor test that they change for the market, the professionalism, like what does this mean for people who want to work in Poland? So, like, what is your go-to way to relax after a stressful day at work? Because I can imagine that you have a lot, of cases and a lot of your, but would you rather love to learn all immigration legal system, or would you rather love to learn every language? Welcome everybody to yet again another episode on Ghetto Stories. It's your girl Agnes, but most of you guys know me as Agnes Sita. With me, I have my friend, my dearest friend. She's a lawyer, an immigration lawyer at that, and she goes by the name Anna Rozek.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me here.
Pleasure, my pleasure. Honestly, I'm so happy. I think we go way back. I don't know since when we know each other. A year? No, more. Yeah, absolutely. But I can say for sure that something that caught me being your friend was the fact that you worked as an immigration lawyer, but not only that, you always wanted the best for people and you were always honest in what you do. And I saw that and I was like, wow, she's for the people. I'm here for that. And I just respected that. And you're super sweet, super elegant.
Yeah, thank you. Like, that is true, but the honest part, not everyone likes it.
That is true. That is true. So today I sort of, want to talk, of course, a little bit about your background so we can let the people know who you are. But most importantly, with the whole changes with the new elected president, policies, I just wanted to dissect it. And who best than someone who's in the legal field? So tell everybody, you're Polish, but how did you come about studying law? Where are you from? Are you a Varsovian or from other cities?
So I grew up in Kielce. I'm born and grew in Kielce. It's like between Warsaw and Krakow. That's sure. As a very nice cities.
I actually like it. It's small, but it's cute.
We have the oldest mountains in European Union, which is Świętokrzyskie Mountains, and only amphitheater, which is located outside between the like Skulls Mountains, which is like open air, and it's very nice because the sound and everything is also only one like this in European Union. So it's really worth to visit.
Let the people know. Well, I've been. I absolutely love it. And okay, that's good. All right.
And then for studies, I moved to Warsaw because also one of my big dreams was to live here, but also to become a politician.
What?
So that's why I chose Warsaw.
Big dreams.
That was my dream, and I was very active from the young days in politician party. And then actually I won the election because I was a member of Warsaw City Council.
We did not say.
You didn't know that.
Oh my goodness. Fun fact about Anna Rozek.
Surprise.
I love that. Wow. So, because I always think some people mostly stereotypically think those who are in politics are usually older people. But wow, that's very ballsy.
But also in in the United States, they say you work 10 years for your career. And when I was 15 years old, I decided, I would like to be in politics, and I actually took steps to be there. And after 10 years, I won the election.
Wow.
So it happened like with me. So it's true, but you really need to be consistent.
Amazing.
And
but then how did it ended up switching that you ended up becoming an immigration lawyer, or did you kept being in the politics?
No, that's also like I started, so I moved here to study law.
Sure.
And during my law school, it was complete coincidence. I was speaking English, obviously, and not a lot of people were speaking English because you don't know, but I'm already 36. So getting back when I was like 21, 22, so it was like 13 years ago in Warsaw, not everyone was speaking English. And not all people who were like studying with me were in my age were speaking English. And then we had these classes in English, and they say, if you will go to this class, actually you will have more points. And I thought with my friend, let's go there because we don't need to take so many classes, or we'll have free time. And there was this amazing guy, Professor Lewicki. He's a specialist for the American law and American geopolitics, everything which is connected with American. He's super smart. And then he told us, there is this option that you can go for internship to United Nations in New York.
Whoa.
And actually, there is a girl from the university. She's just right now visiting the lecture. She will say a few words that she was doing this internship. I sent her there. And everyone from my recommendation are getting there. And we were like with my friend, like, I think we should do that. And we spoke with him after the class and everything, and he gave us a recommendation. And we went to United Nations.
Wow. Crazy.
Yes, and I was working in Security Council in New York. Actually, I was covering mostly like African affairs, like everything was going good in Mali, all the situation, DRC, all the conflict areas, and I was getting very interested into it. I get really I make good friends there and connections with the ambassadors, diplomats, and it was really amazing time. After that, I decided to go to Chicago to make an internship in the consulate, Polish consulate in Chicago. And then I also met a lot of Polish people who moved to Chicago, and all there they deal with immigration, with the legal papers and everything. And at this time, no one wanted to immigrate to Poland. Everyone were immigrating outside of Poland. So something like immigration law didn't really exist on our in our class or anything, but it was very popular already in the United States because everyone always immigrate to United States. So
That's right.
immigration law was a big topic in United States and everyone talked about it. And in consulate, there was always something about immigration. Someone was asking us about the process, about this and this. And we were recommending lawyers who were a Polish American, and they could give them professional advice because as a diplomat, I wasn't a diplomat, but I was working there, so we couldn't give actually the information about the law in United States. It was very interesting. And then I went to Circuit Court of Cook County in Chicago and was intershipping with the presiding judge Evans, who is still a presiding judge. Right. And afterwards, I also invited him to Poland for the trip with the judges because Circuit Court of Cook County has the most Polish people in their jurisdiction. Sure. Because Chicago has more Polish people than Warsaw. I agree. So that's amazing. And so that was very inspiring. And from this point, I knew that I would like to work internationally. And what I experienced in United Nations was very interesting for me. And then I started to collaborate with some NGOs.
Wow, amazing. And this is how everything all started within the...
Yeah, and just with the Light for Africa, for example, I travel a lot to Africa. So I was in Zambia, in Uganda, so in those rural areas there. So it was very interesting. I also make a lot of connections and for me, and also Poland start to be more open. And
That's true. That is true for studies and that's...
But in meantime, I won also election.
That is true. Warsaw Council.
I was in Warsaw City Council as one of the youngest councillors.
Wow.
But there was in this time, actually, the atmosphere, everything was amazing. Warsaw was growing. There was a lot of investments. But in one point, I decided that actually, I think it was very interesting to be a part of the system and see how it works. But I would like to create things on my own. And actually, I'm for the people, and there is all the system that you need to be part of, right? And once I remember that it was my kind of breaking point because I always had a lot of ideas about what I would like to do, and then you need to have this party agenda as well. And I was doing a project with one NGO for people. It was free legal advices plus a psychological tutorial. I can say people could go to the attorney for the legal advice, and it's a bit also for the psycho. And I was doing it with church, in a collaboration. In the poorest area in Warsaw, in Praga Północ district
At that time, yes, true.
And it was a really good project. A lot of people signed. I think we saw a lot of problems, and they invited me to television to talk about it. And then I say, look, because it was a good project, so I said really general things, good project. And then I get the notice 2 weeks later, official from my party, saying who agreed that I will be in the national TV.
What?
I should have a permission from the party to And this project was like a completely like pure, nice project. I was genius for it. Doing so, I just decided I'm gonna make my own. I was like, yeah, like I'm not really, I was like not to be blocked. Right. Also, maybe like I took what I could from it and then I should go my path. So that I decided, guys, maybe they're not catching what I want to do and they have their own agendas. And that's no, it's fine. Absolutely. Because they also give me some boost and moral recognition and everything, which is always very helpful and nice. I cannot say either way because they gave me the chance. Like not everyone has in such a young age the chance to be in the city council. Yeah, so that's amazing. But then I move forward with my things and my NGOs and other things and to become, rapidly, I guess. And then immigration started to be very, very popular in Poland and more people start to have more knowledge about it. But I still thought, okay, it's like something I really want to do it because it's for the people. Sure. It's touching their personal individual stories. That I know how many people Polish people from United States were also cheated by, unprofessional people who didn't handle their documents properly. I thought I'm like really caring about every of my clients. So at this point, I thought it's something I should do because it's
like a calling. Like you felt, that you needed to help for people. So what do you feel like? Okay, I can already sort of see that something that immigrants they face is, like you said, like not so honest lawyers or people just for the monetary value as opposed to truly helping them. And I can imagine that this is what's also rewarding for you, like helping the people, being for the people, and all of that. So now my question now is moving to like policy questions, since you've actually explained in length how you came to this and it already covered a part of the pre-questions I have for you. But, what are the, with the tight rules and policies we have right now, I can ask that, what does that mean in simple terms for people who do not understand, those complex terms? Because there's a lot of policy going on around right now in the government area. So can you tell me in simple terms, like what does this mean?
I don't know. It's possible to simplify it so much, but I will try. So there was a big law change from 1st of June this year. And actually for the temporary resident holders, the law become very much strict. So you need to have a work permit, or of course, if you finish Polish school, you don't need it. But you need really to pay tax. You need to pay ZUS. You cannot have this 6 months or something break between it because it will be a problem with the next card. They're really checking it. If you're leaving your work in 2 weeks, you should inform the government about that you're leaving, that you left the work. You have actually 15 days to do it. And if not, 95% are getting negative decision that they didn't inform in this 15 days.
Wow.
So that is really important.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and a lot of clients, and I'm very also upset with it because it's not my fault, but it's something that is their responsibility. And it's written in the law, as we know. Okay, I didn't know that. That doesn't mean you shouldn't fulfill it.
That is true.
So that's the obligation that every foreigner has, that they need to inform government in 15 days about leaving the work or something is changing in their life. Like, I don't know, they finish studies and they will be, they won't be studying here or then changing the studies or whatever. They should really update the government. And it's also giving them this advantage that the government sees, okay, they're really trying, Okay, even if the time passed and, okay, I didn't know, and now I know because I heard this podcast, you should try to straighten your situation and say to them, I'm sorry, I didn't know, but I'm doing it. And work with the companies who are really stable financially, because there is new regulation that they can give you negative decision because they company you're working, even it's not paying your salary, but for them it's not economically stable
For the government.
Wow. And there is a chance, or maybe they don't pay ZUS or tax, which you as a employee, you're not responsible for it. Absolutely. There is new law saying that actually in this situation they can also give you negative decision.
That is crazy. So how, like, kind of piggybacking on what you just said, how is the new, with the new recent elected president, Navrosky, like, how has that, okay, you're laughing, yes. Okay, so I'm not sure is, but how has that impacted the direction for, his good friend over Trump here? Yes, so I heard something. Yes. No comments, because I don't want the people to come for me, but please go ahead, have the floor.
No, we don't judge anyone. Yeah, like everyone are like having the agenda. People are voting for them, and they know for what agenda they're voting. So he's more strict with the immigration.
Got you.
He wants to see people here who are really bringing the value to the country, and he will be more strict with the immigration. So it won't be an open door immigration. It will be more, picking the people who are really bringing value to the country, and that's his goals. I'm not judging if it's good or bad. We're not here for this, but for most people who would like to apply for citizenship through president, I don't think it will work.
Wow. And what effect will the tougher student visa, this kind of regulation, have on Poland's attractiveness to international immigration, or basically them migrating to Poland, and that would that now be more lesser and
Yeah, because they make it. You have this open door immigration, and then you make it as closed door as possible. It's a bit crazy for everyone.
That's true.
Even with the most students and generally people who would like to immigrate here, it's a problem is with the booking appointment. Yeah, in the embassies, consulates worldwide, it's very, very difficult right now. You can even in India waiting for appointment 1 year. In Nigeria, I don't know even if they're giving appointments. It's like so crazy here, and I have there like a lot of people who would like to come, and they're asking me, and I'm not able to to help them, and I'm not taking the cases, and I'm saying maybe you should try just other country in these situations. But I don't want anyone to be lead for 1 year, lead for 1 year or something.
That's something I really appreciate about you, the honesty with the people, and just say, hey, look, this might not be the path for you. You're going to spend a lot of resources and not get what you want. You might as well just open your mind to other countries that are willing to embrace you and open you with.
I'm saying if you have a money and 1 year time to invest, it's okay, it's still possible. But if you're short of money and it's your one last chance and you really need to move out, maybe there are other countries which are more available.
Gotcha.
And I'm also, because my clients are trusting me and my brand, which I'm very happy about it, then I'm also looking for those countries for them. It can be much more easier and possible, because Poland now is tough. And also when it goes to students, coming here is very tough, but students being here is also in getting their tier C. They really need to show that they attending to the classes, that they really have savings, because they not only checking your bank statement, they're asking for history of the account. So those things like borrowing money for 1-2 days, that's
not going to help.
Doesn't work anymore. Yes, and those false statements, I had so many people coming to me because they were having a criminal charges because of giving to the government false statements. You cannot give to the government a false document because you can be having a criminal charges and a lot of problems.
Oh my God.
I'm always saying, match the criteria. The criteria are very clear. Choose the attorney, lawyer, someone who you can trust. Also, I'm facing like people are going to all those agents. I understand that maybe it's much more easier for them to communicate in their own language, but those agents, they're overcharging them. They giving them false hope sometimes because they cannot give them a professional advice.
I've had friends that have gone through that, and even most of these agents end up going through the lawyers. And I say, you might as well have just directly hired a lawyer than an intermediary, because they're not helping your case.
And then they're giving them those information which mostly are incorrect. And they even don't bring their documents on time to the lawyer. And then they getting in really a lot of problems. Just, there is an internet. It's everything. Just go to trusted legal company. Check if the company is seriously legit. It's legit, And also there is some Ukrainian companies having a great marketing. And then I have people coming and saying they say I will have fingerprints in 2 weeks. My card expired, and they even didn't send it by post. And if you don't send your application on time, it's done. It's like finished. Well, and just I even, we also try to book fingerprints online, which is very hard because all the systems are completely hacked by bots, and then bots of the bot and everything, and all those companies are trying to make more advanced system. But I never, I say I would try. If we won't make it in 1-2 months, we will send it by post. And sorry, then you need to wait 7 months. But I won't risk my client, a situation. But those people are just taking money and like, okay, I will give you fingerprints in 2 weeks. It's possible, so
Not like people to
and sometimes you just need to wait. Poland is very like slow country when it goes to the paperwork government. Sometimes you just need to wait and be patient. It's not something is doing wrong or anything is wrong with your documentation. Everything is correct. It's just you need to be patient. And sometimes it's more worthy than go through these agents or something, because you can put yourself in the situation when you will become illegal.
Okay.
And from this, it's no way
back from it. So tell me about the new digital system that has been implemented in Poland. How will this, it's like this new digital visa system. Is it going to be more complex for the immigrant, or is it going to be more in their favor?
Yeah, they say that Poland will be like fully digital with everything. The ERC also will be digital, and we're really waiting for it. But as I look on the online appointment, it's hard. I don't know what I can say. I wish it will be a good system, but just I think we're still not in this phase as a Poland to do it something really good that will make our life more easier,
Right.
not more complicated.
Absolutely.
So this
okay. So we just have to wait by a period of time. So tell me also, with this new market labor test that they change for the market, the professionalism, like what does this mean for people who want to work in Poland?
So before there was something like a starosta opinion.
Okay.
And now it's a starosta opinion. They were actually he needs to give you a positive opinion, and then you can have a work
mediation.
And that in this region, yes, that starosta is giving a positive opinion. It wasn't also for all the workers, I can say all the jobs. It was for some kind of jobs. And now they're giving the list of jobs that actually you can get the work permit. And it's easy because those jobs are recommended and needed at this region.
Gotcha.
And other jobs which are not on this list are not recommended. It can be a bit more difficult to get the work permit. So basically, that's what is it. But still, waiting time for work permit is between 3 to 5 months.
Wow.
But for the seasonal work permit, it's only 2 weeks. But seasonal work permit is only for season.
Gotcha.
And it's finished in the season. And I would like to highlight one thing. Actually, you can start legal work after receiving work permit. So you cannot sign agreement, pay dues, tax, everything before getting work permit. Well, during the work permit process, which takes this 3-5 months, because that's work is illegal work.
So if you're doing that, does that mean you're illegal? Do they give you your tax money back, dues money back, or done?
They just consider it as illegal work. So like, they will catch you if there will be a control, and there is now much more controls than before, and they are more strict. And even I have clients who are driving Uber, and they are in the process of getting work permits, or they're working. That's really also upsetting. Like they even didn't know. I have a client who was working on one entrepreneur has like 3 companies. And then he had a work permit from one company driving Uber, and then the owner say, could you log in the different company on the app because I have some tax problems or something. He logged in and he thought it's no problem because it's the same owner, but it's different company. The same owner, the same work, but different company. It's illegal work. And he had a control. He was working 3 days. He got deportation stamp. And now we're appealing it, but I also feel it's very unfair because how someone can survive if people want to really work, so waiting 3 months to start work, and we also need those people to work because we need people, driving cars, driving Uber, you know, working in the factories or even in the restaurants or something. And so those controls are going everywhere now. And you have this thing and they giving you that.
We're very unfortunate. So I heard that Poland brought back these border checks between Germany and Lithuania. How will this affect people who cross the border on a regular, or to work and that? Will this really also have an impact on them?
I personally think it's against European Union standard to do it because we are this free spirit of trading, mobility, and everything. So I think it's against of it. But also I understand where it comes from. So it mostly comes from people who are crossing the border from the Belarus side, because as we know that Belarusian president is advertising in the other countries that people can come to Belarus easily and then cross the border to go to Poland or Germany. I even don't think they want to stay in Poland because we don't have such resources. I think they want to go to Germany, but they need to cross our border. And Germany is not happy with it, and Poland is not happy with it. And where this all the problem. And then there is also some voices saying that Germany is sending illegal immigrants back to Poland.
I saw a video about that actually.
I also did. I don't know how much is true and how much is also boosting it, but anyway, the controls are there now.
Okay.
There was also a temporary ban for the asylum for people who are crossing from Belarusian side.
Okay.
So there are those things happening, which actually I don't think they should happen. As a lawyer, I have a different opinion about it. I also don't know how much they really focus on consult with other countries on this, but it's still a decision of the politics. Maybe they have some inside information, and it's hard to judge. It is like it is, but it's for us like a normal people. We can when we're crossing, when we'll go by car or by bus, there can happen that will be checked.
Okay, so yes, have your passport and
You need to have all your documentation with you, explanation when you're coming. But one of the biggest changes in the law now, so if you're coming to other countries on type visa C, visit visa, tourist, and to Germany, to France or something, and you cannot be legalized in Poland. So you can travel here as a tourist, but it's not possible to legalize you, so you cannot get your temporary resident card. So you need to, even if you have a temporary resident card from France, from Germany, now after this big change in the 1st of June, you need to have a work permit, all the supporting documents from your employer, and then you need to apply for visa to Polish consulate. For example, you hold a temporary resident card from France, so you need to apply for visa to Poland in the Polish embassy in Paris.
So this is very tough.
And they give you, and then you can come to Poland, stay here, work, and be legalized.
Oh, okay. Anyways, well, based off all of this conversation we've had, is there any piece of advice you'd like to give anyone who is thinking to migrate to Poland?
Don't come. I'm joking, but I think it would develop a developing country. So what is interesting about Poland, it's really a community of people who really are developing. Right? So our economy is one of the strongest in European Union. Right? People are consuming, so there is a big market for the entrepreneurs. Also, there are factories, other big companies, which they need good people to work for them. Beautiful places are opening, like this place which we are here, and they all need service, they all need people, hospitality, so many beautiful hotels. Poland is much more touristic, expanding in this area. So we need people because economy is based on the human labor. Yeah, absolutely. And so we need them. Also, Polish women, they really don't want to make babies. So demography is other thing which we also need foreigners to coming, and we need immigration and so people. And I think I'm very proud of my country because when I was in the United States, like 12, 30 years ago, doing all these internships, like immigration didn't exist because we weren't an attractive country. So because of European Union, our hard work, education, this country grows so well that
Exponentially,
it's
actually.
interesting
Yeah,
for
or
others to
incrementally.
come here
Right.
to make money than to send money, go back to their countries, support their families, build their business. You know, my father was also working in Germany to make money for us and invest in his first business. And it's like how the world always works, you know? And
Absolutely.
like this all big hate on immigration right now, I'm completely like um, disconnecting with it because I
It's
think
not
we need it for the economic growth for us. I also think it's beautiful to see multicultural, vibes around
absolutely
and
diverse
in everything. Every person is, beautiful, and in this big group of people, there's always some percent of people who will misbehave, of course, or they will do something wrong. And in those group of Polish people immigrating to United States, to Germany, there are also people who were in jail, of course. And when I was working in consulate, we even were visiting them. So they really are there. So it's not like this. And, all United States is built on immigration. So I think also we just need to be more open, and maybe we just also need to learn more about different cultures and not be open for propaganda. Just learn about it from the legit sources. Like it's amazing. You have also this podcast, right, showing the community of African people here in Angola. Yeah. And a lot of my friends who are coming from UK or other countries who who are from Afro community, they saying like they telling me like Poland is such a a country like who hates immigration, hates black people and all these things, and then they coming and they think, wow, it's not like this. So we're also very stereotyped by all this population talk around and politics and everything.
I mean, I don't blame them. But you're right. When I feel like this country is like an underdog, you need to be here to see for yourself. And I've had a lot of my British friends, for example, tell me the same thing. Like, what are you doing there? What? As a black girl? And I'm like, I know it's crazy. It's yes. But only I know. And when you're here to visit me, you see why I like it. And I'm like, okay, girl. But yeah, let's leave all that aside. I'm super happy for your insight, your expert advice and opinion. I hope a few people will be able to get something from this. Of course, towards the end of this episode, you'll be able to tell people where they can find you, reach you out, or the name of your company. But before we get there, I wanted to play some fun questions because we've been talking about serious stuff. So, of course, I know what I was going to ask you. What would you do if you weren't a lawyer? But I guess you love to be a politician. So I will go to the next question. Like, what is your go-to way to relax after a stressful day at work? Because I can imagine that you have a lot, of cases and a lot of burden and you trying to deliver for these people. But how do you turn your mind down and try to just, have your Anna time for the Anna the boss time at work?
Okay, so mostly I'm seeing my friends and having dinner or something, watching Netflix. Okay, you're Netflix girl, I like that. Reading a book, that's good. Or listening to some good podcasts. I actually like podcasts. Like every night,
You better add mine to your list, girl.
I would do this.
Perfect. And you travel, I mean, from time to time, right? When is your next travel, by the way?
Yes, I'm going to Mongolia.
Mongolia? What are you going to do there? What are you migrating to Mongolia to do?
I'm going for this amazing women conference organized by President of Mongolia.
Wow.
And the ambassador of Mongolia in Poland. She personally invited and selected me to go there with my other friend Milena Golda from Woman Power. She's doing this amazing conference for women, so we're going together there.
I'm still here for women empowered.
Yes, and that's amazing. And also there will be sightseeing, so I'm very interested to see Mongolia. I like such a fascinating country and sounds different. And I like to explore new culture.
I love that.
New food, new taste, and new fashion stuff.
Period. I cannot wait to when you're back and what the vibe will be on you.
You know that they're very popular with Kashmir.
And that is true. I did have a bit of some shopping that absolutely. Can I let my cashmere when you're coming back, girl? I do have a friend in uni. She's actually Mongolian. She was studying masters, and we did share campus together. Like we lived together. So not just back in Mongolia. She works as a financial audit. But yeah, that was the only thing I knew about Mongolia. And she was such a great cook and super classy lady. You know, always silk, cashmere, all of that. But anyways, oh, I would like to also ask another fun like trivia question. If maybe not trivial, but would you rather love to learn all immigration legal system, or would you rather love to learn every language?
Every language.
I love that because you love traveling.
Yeah, but communication is the key, and personal communication is really important because you build, the bond between the people by communicating with them.
That is so.
And it's nothing better than communicating in the same language. Then you can make jokes, then you can show your true character.
That is.
So I think any translation, anything can really give this vibe.
Wow. Before we close, what is the one piece of advice you would give any aspiring attorney or people who want to be a lawyer, a young lawyer in the making? What is one piece of advice you would love to give them?
So, like being a lawyer, you need really to be committed to hard work, long hours, and constantly learning. It's also a very competitive environment.
Okay.
And you need to find your niche or what you want to be an expert, and you need to master it. Because you cannot be good in everything. So you need to see what your heart is calling, or maybe you care more about money, so go to corporate, do pharma or other stuff, and it's completely okay. And also for me, for example, I have my company. So my company is Legal Wings, and I'm building this company from the ground. So building a brand and being an entrepreneur is also very hard.
You can hear in a lawyer and you'll be a businesswoman at the same time.
So when I hear in a lot of podcasts and everything, oh, be your own boss and everything, I kind of think it's not for everyone. So after I have this experience having my own business, sometimes I think I wish I could just work and they would give me a paycheck. Because sometimes you have a month when you work a lot, but you have also a lot of cost of your attorneys, which your lawyers, specialists, marketing, advertisement. And you need to think about everything and plan. So sometimes it's just better to get your paycheck and you
don't have to think about that.
And I never have a summer holidays because always during the summer something happens. And also all your staff wants to have holidays.
That's true.
So that could has a
holiday.
So I say it's not for everyone, like being entrepreneur. So I don't like this podcast saying, oh, it's so easy, be your own boss, or it's so amazing, and just affirmate and think positive. I think it helps to think positive, but you need to have your think together, Excel sheet,
Gotcha.
and the plan how you want to develop. And even if things doesn't go correct, you need to constantly do the step. And the same is with studies. It's very hard studies. Then you have an attorney training, then you have exam, and then you have a very competitive environment.
That makes sense.
And you need always to be good because one mistake, it can be
ruin a lot of things.
A lot of things.
True. So find your expertise, work hard, consistency, and master your expert. Thank you so much, Anna. Where can the people find you online, in the Instagram? Like, how can people reach out to you?
So on Instagram, my company is Legal Wings. On TikTok, we are also there. You can find Legal Wings. We're located in Marszałkowska Street in center of Warsaw. And we're opening in Mumbai next month. Yes, in India. Our clients are coming from India, so we want them to have trusted legal company who can give them advice and everything. It's trained by me because I cannot be everywhere. That's true. That is, but I really was upset seeing that a lot of people were not getting a proper information about immigrating to Poland. And then you can find me also on my personal Facebook, Instagram, which is Anna Maria Rozek. And you can Google about me. And I'm in September Forbes as well.
Here it's September Forbes, girl. You're doing so well. I'm so proud. I'm so proud to know you. And I'm so proud to call you a friend. And I'm just happy that your business, your work is incrementally just growing, boosting, and I hope the sky will be the limit and we're going to have more reasons to pop some champagne, toast, and cheers to lives. It was amazing having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure, babe. We love you so much. Well, that is it. It was a long one, but a needed long conversation. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. And yeah, catch us on the next episode. It's your girl once again, Agnesita from Ungetter Stories, signing out.